Hello. 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 This is the My Artifact episode number 4161. Today's date is July 19, 2026. It's been almost like morning at 8:35 a.m. Sorry about I have a little bit of cold. Probably because of this thing, my voice is kind of like a sound like a little bit of deeper. It's not really deeper. It's a something that I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling good by the way, but it's not really that good. But still somehow. Yeah. All right. Without any wasting any time, let's just jump into the question. All right. Let's go. All right. So question is, what does success look like after 1 year of Adam? All right. That's really good question. Okay. First of all, what exactly is this question, and why am I asking this question to myself? I wanted to build a AI that could predict the future. Before I wanted to build such a AI, I wanted to aware of all the possible consequences. So I went to ChatGPT. I tell my idea that I wanted to build AI that could predict the future, suggest me hundreds of all the possible consequences. ChatGPT kind of like a suggests me hundreds of possible consequences in question format. This is one of those questions. By the way, the question actually in the mobile phone, but while recording, I cannot do anything at all. So that's why I wrote the question in here. This is the question. This is the book that I'm reading right now. Principia. All right. So after 1 year of Adam, how the success look like? Okay. Well, success means like if I'm kind of like thinking about success point of perspective, then probably a business point of perspective, right? Yeah. But Adam is a kind of like a somewhat something a business, yeah, somewhat something. But I didn't really think that, okay, because it's a kind of like a revolution. It can the Adam can do such a thing that no one can do. Okay, my success definition of success does not rely on how many users are using my platform or how much money that I'm earning from Adam and things and that. By the way, money is also a kind of like a thing. Like it's not really that I would kind of like provide my services for free. Definitely not. But money is not a kind of like a simply a criteria of a success that I need to achieve this much amount of money or this many amount of user and things and that in this particular period of time. No, it's not. I build Adam for kind of like a something that key like basically if I'm kind of like a thinking about that key within a year or maybe after a year, what might changes actually happened. One of the biggest changes is that trust is a kind of like a very much kind of like a somewhat something really essential. What's a trust? um AI could kind of like a predict the process, understand the mistake, and refine the process or refine the implementation plan as much as better, so that when you execute you will not gonna face any kind of like a problem or issues or things and that because every problem any scenario is actually simulate in the simulation process in uh, Adam. So uh, people might not be like basically one of the important thing is that it does people trust or not. Okay, because Adam have a capability to kind of like tell us regarding about what might goes wrong and how do we supposed to fix it. Let's just say like tomorrow I have to be kind of like a build a entire education system of India. So does people kind of like a believe in or like Adam kind of like a tell the path that this is the way that you would kind of like execute the education system in much more better way and things and that Adam can do the work precisely and things and that with kind of like a in 90-95% of confidence or probability and things and that with understanding all the chaos theory and butterfly effect, everything like that. But important thing is that does people trust it or not? Does people kind of like a follow the Adam kind of like a provide the instruction or not? Okay, like it's not really that Adam is a kind of like a giving the instruction and human should supposed to be follow. Adam is a kind of like a giving the showing the path. Okay, like this is a path. People should supposed to be understand and things, and then they will implement. It's a kind of like a, somebody is just saying that Adam is a kind of like a showing the path that what might be path, and also it's not like basically Adam is a kind of like a showing the path by itself. No, definitely not. It like okay, let me tell you something that what exactly happened because of Adam. Like as I mentioned previously, artifact that Adam does not know what is actually right and what is actually wrong. Adam defined the right and wrong statement of understanding upon the how many people consider it is right, it consider as right. How many people consider it is wrong, then it is considered as to be wrong. Okay, so Adam does not kind of like understand the right and wrong. Adam understand the how many people consider is right, it considers the right. So when the simulation actually happened, Adam should have to be kind of like a decide couple of things. First is that the if I kind of like a took this step, is it right? Is it wrong? Let me kind of like a tell you something like that in a simple language. Okay, so let's just say a kind of like that I wanted to execute a kind of like a something a law in my country that regarding about the education system. Okay, yeah. So I was kind of like thinking that how do I supposed to provide the better education system for my kids to the people of the kind of like people of India and things and that as much as better and things and that. Okay, Adam might be kind of like giving me a lot of suggestion regarding about that it should supposed to be do like this, do like that, do like that, do like that. Okay, then I kind of like mentioned that I need a kind of like a efficient way to kind of like educate them or things and that. Then Adam might gonna say this thing that Adam will gonna say this thing that kill them all probably. Now Adam does not know what is actually kill means what. Like basically it understand that killing is a kind of like that executing the task is a kind of like as much as efficient as it possible. Like basically let's just say if I have to kind of like serve a food for 100 people and I want it to be efficient, then probably what do I supposed to do? Kill almost like a 50 people, then probably I have a kind of like a food which is kind of like efficient for 50 people, right? But that is not the right thing, right? Because of that killing people for kind of like making the efficient, that is not a kind of like a particular process. So um so basically is this thing. Okay, because Adam does not really understand what is actually right and wrong thing, so I have to be train Adam regarding about what is actually right and what is actually wrong. Okay, and within a year Adam will understand more regarding about what is actually right and what is actually wrong, because Adam have a kind of like a data from the artifact that what does people think, and from that thinking point of perspective Adam Adam determined that what is actually right and wrong. Okay, and from that right and wrong statement it kind of like a define the kind of like a scenario regarding about how much right for the people, and kind of like a making sure that it should supposed to be add value in his life and things and that and that and that. Within a 1 year of Adam might gonna learn so many things about the behavior pattern regarding about the people. How does kind of like a people thinks? How does people kind of like a something the that and that. When he kind of like execute any kind of like a scenario, he keep in mind that humans are very fragile. Okay, try to like, and as also is this thing when he try to do run the simulation, he also kind of like a backend information from the people. Like basically it kind of okay, what exactly happened? I already mentioned this thing. It's a Adam run the simulation, a scenario that what if kind of like a somebody I have to be teach. Okay, let's say kind of like a simple scenario. Instead of that, I have to be run a business. Okay, yeah. So I have to be run a business and I have very short on money, and basically I don't really have any kind of utilities or any stuff, nothing really at all. Okay, So basically, Adam, what we're gonna do, Adam, is that ki whatever the kind of like a money that you have, or whatever kind of like the things you have, you are Adam try to kind of like a compile a kind of like a plan that how do you supposed to execute your business then about whatever the stuff that you have. Now in that possible, it run the simulation on that thing that ki what might gonna happen if you have this particular money, and you kind of like launch the business and things and that does kind of like a people came to you, does kind of like a client or customer will kind of like came to you and kind of like give the business to you, and that it run on that simulation regarding about, let's just say you are kind of like running a business regarding about a kind of like a cafe business. Okay, yeah. So in that cafe business, it determined by the where you are kind of like a putting the cafe business, like a location is actually matter. You like not like Adam will not kind of like give you any kind of like a somebody stuff that you have to build the kind of like a cafe in some certain desert location. No, definitely not. Where is a kind of like a lot of human settlement over there, build the kind of like a cafe over there, because of it might gonna had a kind of like a lot of potential value regarding about profit and things and that. Okay, Adam kind of like suggest you that location. Oh yeah. Now from that location, you have to kind of like a somebody case which location is a kind of like a right for me and things and that regarding about pricing, regarding about the kind of like a things and that. Adam run the kind of like a simulation that if you establish the business on this location, Adam run the scenario in kind of like a this location, let's just say four location. Adam finalize, and from that finalization, you have to decide that which one is. If you don't really decide, Adam continue kind of like a doing this scenario regarding about all those four location. If you build this kind of like a on your cafe in four location, then what might gonna happen, how much kind of like a revenue that you get, what kind of like a problem that you might gonna face, and things and that. Okay, yeah. So basically, Adam kind of like a give you choice regarding about that what should you supposed to do and things and that to kind of like establish kind of like a better kind of like a decision according to your business and things and that. The important thing is that it does people kind of like a trust it or not, because that is a kind of like a very much essential. Right now I'm not really good. I don't know why I'm not really feeling well. Okay, now I'm feeling well, but my mind is kind of like somewhere else, and I'm thinking about somewhere else and something else and things and that. I think I just have to stop it. Okay, yeah. Now regarding about after the 1 year, what will kind of like a AI, what will the Adam will kind of like a happen within a AI. Adam will kind of like a learn lot of things regarding about right and wrong. And also another thing is that na, it kind of like a gain lot of attention and lot of trust from the people, but the trust kind of like a something came little bit late, because usually people trust people don't really trust AI. So it takes little bit of amount of time, but within a year I might kind of like somebody that gap will kind of like reduce little bit. I don't know. Sorry, I have to end here. I'm not really feeling well. Thank you.